Hi, everyone. I am Raymond Sharp. This is my lovely wife.
Tanesha Sharp.
And we're here to jump in. On today, we're going to talk about what to do when you're at the end, but you don't have it anymore. All right.
Say that again.
What do you do when you're at the end
And you don't
have it anymore? And what do we mean at the end? If you ever been in the process of getting ready to graduate from high school, getting ready to graduate from college or a master's degree, doctoral degree, it comes to a point where you feel like, man, I'm right there, but I don't have it anymore. Your energy's low, You're discouraged, you just want it to end, you got a few more assignments, you just have to push through. And some cases, they're planning a big event. It's like, everything should be easy, everything should be in place, but things that start popping up and start working against, what they are endeavoring to do. For other people, sometimes with their children, they have put so much time, energy, and effort, and prayer, and expectation. It's like, all right, now, God, when you going to, I'm expecting to see something different. Some of us is with our spouses. We are getting tired of saying the same thing over and over again. It's like, okay, I know that there is another side. I know that there's more, but I'm tired. What do you say to that, babe?
You gotta keep it in front of you, that other side.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it in front of you. You gotta continue to see it. And you have to just keep it in front of you. There's no other way. Even sometimes vision boards help people to kind of keep it in front of you. Things on your phone, you can have screensavers to keep the goal and keep the other side in front of you. Wherever you know that you're going, keep that in front of you. And sometimes, when you're at the end, it's almost like you've come too far. You got to get to a place, I've come too far to quit. I've come too far to quit. I've come too far to quit. And sometimes you just got to ask God for more strength, really. I don't know what else to say about that. Like, God, give me strength to continue to get to the other side. But get excited about the other side. Write down what it's going to be like on the other side. What are the expectations like? Kind of take your mind there. On the other side, on the other side of graduating college. Okay, I see myself in the career. I see myself doing this. I see, and continue to see it. Continue to see it. Continue to see it. And then eventually it'll pull you up and bring, especially if this is like your passion. Like if this is something that you really want. Now, if this ain't nothing you really want, I don't know. Or if you're chasing after something that somebody else is doing, and it's not really for you and it's not yours, then it may be a challenge. But if you know this is what you have been destined to do, this is your passion, you've got to see yourself on the other side. You got to continue to see it. You got to continue to see the success. You got to continue to see the growth. You got to continue. Okay, so my business grow. Then where am I going to move my location to? How am I going to expand? And having dream meetings, meet once a week with yourself and just dream about what that next level looks like, how to prepare for that next level. Because guess what? If you keep going, you're going to get to that next level, but you don't want to get to that next level and don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Have all this, growth, but you can't handle it because you didn't properly prepare. So make sure you are really taking your time to prepare. Make sure you are getting yourself ready. You're exercising. You're doing those things to make sure that you can withstand and, and last in that next season.
Yeah. Another thing too, I want to say is that, and the desire to stop sometimes is strong. The desire to give up is even
super strong.
It can be a force sometimes. But however, you have to count up the cost of what it would how much it would affect you if you did stop.
That part. You
have to count up what you have already invested and say, all of this was worth it up to this point. The only thing I got to do is just push for just a little while longer. And how long is that little while longer? I can't say for you and your situation. Sometimes it's not that long. And what's not that long for one person may seem like an eternity for another. But I'm telling you, it's worth getting to the end. I don't care how much you feel like you want to give up. Some of the best advice I heard in regards to completing something substantial, that at the end that you're just tired and, wanting to give up. And this is in regard to, in particular, is a professor that worked at Fayetteville State University. He says, when you first start, he says, you're going to be running. He says, but eventually, he said, your winds may give up. He says, and you're walking, but you need to be walking at a brisk pace. He says, when you get tired of walking, he said, slow down. And he said, pace yourself. He said, pace yourself in your walk, because even though you're walking, there's still hills to climb. Then he said, when you get tired of walking, he said, you crawl. And he said, you crawl until you get to that finish line. He says, but no matter what you do, keep making progress. So tonight, I want to tell you all, just keep making progress. Keep going after it. Keep pursuing it. No matter what your pace is, slow progress is still progress. You keep working on it. Don't give up. And in regards to, like, you know, your family, your kids, your spouse, you know, your job, your business, just keep working at it. And don't let frustration overtake your mind. You may have frustrating moments, but don't let that moment define your end goal, because your end goal was never destined to be frustration and failure. It was to be complete and for completion. So let's find ourselves being committed. Let's stay hold to our commitments, and let's keep moving forward. Keep making progress. Again, run, walk briskly, walk and crawl if you have to until you get to that finish line. But ultimately, the endeavor needs to be finished. So do what you can to finish the thing that you had as a goal.
And if I can say one thing as we finishing up, don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself with somebody else's. Even if your journeys are similar, don't compare yourself, because that alone will just kind of take you in a spiral if you're not careful. Because what they're doing, they're graced to do what they do, and what you're doing, you're graced to do what you do. So you stay in your lane. You pace yourself. I love that, pacing yourself. Because you're running your own race and you're not competing with anybody. This is not a competition. And so when you begin to compare yourself, you begin to entering yourself into a competition. Yeah. That's what it feels like. Now you got to compete. Now you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to kind of keep up.
You don't have to, you're choosing to.
You're choosing to.
Yeah.
And this is something that you really don't even have to choose to do. So some people don't look at it like that, but that's really what it is. You're entering into a contest and you're competing. So, be careful with that.
Yeah, and place an undue stress on yourself as well.
Because the goal is to what? Finish. That's it.
Yeah.
Is to get on the other side. That's the goal. So that's all we want to do. Yes. So that was awesome, baby. Yeah, that was good.
That was fun. All right, y'all. So until next time, we want you all to what? Jump in. Y'all take care and be encouraged.
Bye.